All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Greg Stanton, Mayor of the City of Phoenix. Behind me is Councilman Michael Nowakowski, who is the Chair of the Public Safety Subcommittee of the Phoenix City Council. Immediate behind me is Milton Dehoney, Assistant City Manager, and he manages police, fire, emergency management services, and our police chief, Chief Yonner. And we just wanted to report some information that has sort of been leaking out a little bit. We wanted to put it in a larger package because it's very good news for the Phoenix Police Department, very good news for the citizens of Phoenix. The best police department in the United States of America just got a little bit better and a little bit bigger. And we have 5 major grants that we have received to make our department stronger. First and foremost is a cops hiring grant, a $3.1 million grant from the Department of Justice COPS program that we're going to be using to hire 25 additional police officers that will be hired this fiscal year in the city of Phoenix. That's above and beyond the strong police hiring plan that we have in place. So over the next 4 years, as a result of this grant, and a result of smart planning by the people of Phoenix, as a result of the passage of 104, Proposition 104, which will allow some general fund money to instead of used for transportation, will be used for public safety. We're going to be hiring close to 500 police officers in the city of Phoenix over the next 4 years. We also received a very large grant for what's called the Body Camera Smart Policing Initiative that the chief is going to be using to deploy 125 more body cameras, officers with body cameras throughout the city, and partner with ASU to study the effectiveness of body cameras. And so I think the chief will go in a lot more detail about how that's going to improve policing, improve community trust, and what they will be studying as well. We also received a grant, over $450,000 for DNA capacity enhancement and backlog reduction program. As you know, the ability to get DNA tested for solving crimes is critically important to our police department, critically important for public safety. So that was very good news that we received significant resources to lessen our DNA backlog. Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force has received close to $400,000. And then another important grant, the Intellectual Property Enforcement Program, received over $250,000 to allow our police department, our police officers, to get much more involved in supporting businesses, small businesses, in protection of intellectual property rights. This is a big deal for the city of Phoenix. This is what success looks like. We are one of the most well-respected police departments in the entire country. It's the reason when we apply for competitive grants, we win. We do very, very well. In fact, that award of the cops hiring grant, $3.1 million, is the highest grant award in the United States of America of any city size across this country this year. Very, very good news for, again, our police department and the citizens of Phoenix. And I'm proud that this chief and this department are going to be using those resources to increase community trust, to increase community relations. All of those officers are going to go to the benefit of the community relations department. It's going to increase transparency with the body cameras and the deployment of body cameras on officers across this city. This chief and this department and this city is committed to building and improving community trust. And so the decisions that are made, strategic decisions with regard to these very successful grant awards, to use it in that effort is something that I'm proud of. Chief, I just want to say thank you. Without further ado, I'm going to hand it next to the chairman of the City Council Public Safety Subcommittee. He's going to say a few words. The chief's going to say a few words and give a little more context to these award grants and explain to the citizens of Phoenix how it's going to help them and help public safety in our city, and then we'll take a few questions. Councilman Nowakowski.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. And also, as chair of the Public Safety Subcommittee, I have one of my colleagues, Kate Gallegos, if you want to come on up, that's also a member and that advocates for these types of grants. You know, we already have an aggressive plan to increase the police hiring. We're on track with the 270 police officers for this next summer. And we also have a plan by 2019 to have 500 police officers. So this shows that we're on track and we're not slowing down. We're going to look for every single grant opportunity that's out there to increase police officers on the streets in our neighborhoods, because that's what it's all about. It's about keeping our neighborhoods safe, taking back those neighborhoods, and making sure that our police officers are a part of that community. I really want to thank our police chief that really reaches out to the community and makes sure that they feel that they're a part of it. With the whole body camera, when he first became police chief, we had a community town hall up in the north side of the town, where we talked about body cameras and the opportunities to grow our program from Maryville throughout the whole city of Phoenix. And this is a great opportunity for us to really increase that program with this grant for body cameras. So, Chief, I want to thank you for reaching out to our community, for being a man of your word, and hopefully we can get some more police officers out there on the street. With that, our police chief, Joe Yonner.
Well, thank you all for being here. As the mayor and the councilman said, we had a great week. We apply for grants all the time, and this week we were very successful in 5 different areas, and 2 of them which are huge for us in our community, and that's the on-body cameras and enhancing our trust within the community. I want to start by thanking city leadership, the city manager's office, the mayor, the public safety subcommittee. Without their support and their direction, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be hiring as many officers as we're going to hire, and we wouldn't have had the opportunity to get these grants. I also want to thank the citizens of Phoenix for their support of our police department and their support of the men and women that are out on the street every day taking care of business and making our city safe. One of our biggest challenges as a city and as a police department has been staffing. We have reduced our staffing over the course of the last several years, and I'm very excited that we're going to start increasing staffing, again, with the support of the mayor and the council. These grants help us with that. The first grant, which was mentioned, is 25 police officers, and they'll be in our Community Relations Bureau. And these officers will be used for a variety of things. They'll be able to enhance our citizen advisory boards, our Explorer program, which is a youth program that targets kids 14 to 18 years old, a cadet program that's 18 to 21, working with the youth in the community so that we have productive citizens of the future, but police officers of the future as well. A whole bunch of things as far as our bias crime squad. Recently, we created a crisis intervention team that only has 6 officers on right now. That team goes out and picks up mental health emergency, involuntary emergency orders. With these additional officers, we'll be able to enhance that team as well. So from a community relations perspective, we'll be able to do a lot more things with those 25 officers, and we're really excited about it. There's plenty of work to do in the community realm, and we're excited about getting after it. The second thing is the on-body camera grant that we received, and it's about $650,000. And one thing to keep in mind is Phoenix has been out in the forefront as far as cameras go. We started a pilot program back in 2011. We enhanced that with a Smart Policing Initiative grant similar to this in 2012, where we put a group of 56 cameras out in the Maryville precinct, and we did some initial studies. And I want to thank Assistant Chief Mike Kurtenbach for heading up that program. He's in the audience today. Did a great job with that. That, in my opinion, humble opinion, that program allowed us to get this grant and expand upon our research and our ability to see how on-body cameras actually work and how they impact community trust and community relationships. Every police department around the country you're hearing is going to on-body cameras. Okay, that's great, but what are all the other issues that you got to talk about? How do you store all that information? What does it really do as far as citizens' complaints investigations? What does it really do as far as prosecution? With our partnership with ASU and our police department in this particular grant, we're going to answer a lot of those questions. So we're really looking forward to getting to the nuts and bolts of the on-body camera issue in law enforcement. And again, the Phoenix Police Department and the City of Phoenix are at the forefront of that. We also got 3 additional grants. I won't get into them too much. The mayor kind of covered them pretty good. But these grants will enhance our investigative ability. The grants will keep our children safer. It'll allow us to better analyze evidence. And it will also help us target counterfeit property that is killing our local businesses as far as people buying counterfeit goods instead of the real deal. And that's our best squad that we've talked about in the past. So with that, I want to thank the mayor, the council, city manager's office for their support in hiring of police officers and their support in getting these grants and helping us implement those grants.